Helen DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids has a lot of doctors diagnosing and treating young patients, but there's also a group known as child life specialists whose purpose is to try to normalize the experience for each child.
And one of those specialists is considered by his colleagues and many current and former patients to have reached a legendary status. No need to fear those chemo treatments or blood draws with all the crazy antics he's concocted.
13 on your side's Brent Ashcroft introduces us to this personal Patch Adams in Our Michigan Life.
This is what his day looks like. In one room, he could be counseling a child about a terminal diagnosis. He leaves, resets, enters the next room where he helps celebrate another child's last chemo and upcoming release. Woven in between this roller coaster of emotion, he teaches, helps them cope. I don't care if you're 9 or 99. Hospital stays aren't usually fun and games, but they can be and will be when you're in the presence of the king of distraction.
Come with me.
It's Redemption Wednesday.
These are our bravery beads.
That's what he calls it.
This is by all time my favorite bead to give out. This is the last chemo bead. It means you're done.
He gives each day a special name because each of his special friends need diversion.
Sometimes we have kids who get this bead, which is my least favorite bead. This is the relapse bead.
A disruption.
You got a free turn.
A distraction.
A lot of our children on the oncology area will do radiation.
The brutal treatments.
So they get the glow-in-the-dark bead of radiation.
Along with uncertain outcomes.
It kind of helps them see what they've been through.
Often combined to crush hope.
Each patient is unique, and that's kind of the key, I think. When you find out what it is that gets them excited, that's your in.
He's no doctor.
Each room is a different job.
Not a nurse.
It's beyond training is what it is.
He's a grown-up kid.
It's kind of true.
Who is a master.
The antics that he pulls all in the name of fun.
Of misdirection.
If you can teach a child to focus on something else while something's being done, you're teaching them a skill.
He's Rhys VanDemark.
All right, good job.
AKA.
Keep going.
The king of distraction.
I like that term.
His daily plan.
I have a 4-year-old who's doing hospice care.
Never goes as planned.
And I had 2 missed calls.
Forcing the king.
What's up, Jens?
To wing it.
I'm gonna do a joke on you.
You know, that's great.
Where's 17?
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye. So you were talking about, like, things change. So we got to go see Jens before we do anything else.
It's time for Rhys to make his rounds.
Let's roll.
Off to the playroom.
I don't know, Jens has got something for me.
You got that right.
Hey, Jens, what's up? Whoa!
Shot. With silly string.
Please get cleaned up.
Nice.
Pretty good prank for a boy battling neuroblastoma.
I'm distracting them, but hopefully I'm teaching them how to do that on their own, too.
Rhys is rarely serious.
I challenged her to a game of Mancala.
But his job is.
I had another little girl I was going to do a magic show for, but she fell asleep. Do you want me to, like, amaze you with a magic trick? Sure. All right, come on over. Step into my magic office.
Sabrina is fighting lymphoma.
We're going to have you pick out a card. So
she hopes it doesn't reappear.
It should be on the top because we tapped it.
Like her 7 of Hearts card keeps doing.
Everywhere.
Okay.
I'll tell them how I do every trick I know. I'm going to open up that box and I'm going to show the magic marker what it is. That's a little way of sharing something that they have. I'm going to make a connection from your brain to Sabrina's brain, and it's going to tell Sabrina what the magic marker knows. That the nurse goes, how did you do that? You know, and then it makes them feel a little bit more in control.
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to tell us?
Should I?
Hey, you got it?
White.
Let's take a look. Oh, she nailed it.
He's on the move again. What's next?
Oh, let's go fishing.
Wait, what?
We're going to make him a list of fish species he has to catch. And in this case, the species may be a nurse, a doctor, a physical therapist. Cohen, you got the fishing pole? And a dollar bill, and we'll connect the dollar bill to the fishing line.
Cohen's cancer can't compete.
Wait, just pick it up again.
When he's focused on the catch of the day.
It's fun to see like a child's eyes when you tell them that they can play a joke on their nurse or their doctor. The trap is set. That kind of activity humanizes the interaction between the two people. It puts a little power back in the child's court.
It's non-stop nonsense on the 9th floor.
I needed that dollar too.
All right, guys, fish on.
This gig isn't always fun and games.
There's times where you go into a room and you work through some really tough stuff.
The good days,
Chad Lake, this is Rhys.
they're hard to top.
She's awesome. I would love to see Megan.
Remember these? Reese's Pieces of Progress.
She finished a semester of college, right? So let's give her a laptop bead for that.
Cancer's script gets flipped
All right, Megan, I got your beads.
when the king of distraction
This is just for being brave and awesome.
Thank you so much.
is in action.
These kids are our teachers, and if we listen to them, they'll tell us what they need. Thank you.
Rhys has an endless supply of shenanigans in his bag of tricks. He once superglued a quarter to a sidewalk so he and a patient could watch out the hospital window as passersby tried to pick it up. Bit of advice: if you're visiting the 9th floor at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital and you see a dollar bill laying on the floor, think twice before you bend over and try to pick it up. The likelihood of it not being connected by a fish line is pretty remote. Guys.
Brent, thank you. You know, they say laughter is the best medicine, and right there proves it.
When you're fighting for your life, state of mind is so important. It's great what he's doing.